The 100th Soul. I still remember the day I decided to visit my grandma in the village of Silver Pine. It was the summer I turned 17, right after finals. The city of Seattle was sweltering, with traffic fumes and constant honking driving me nuts. My dad had died 2 years earlier in a weird car accident on his way from the village to visit me. The cops said he was drunk, but my mum shook her head, insisting Dad never touched alcohol. I was curious, wanted to dig deeper, so I convinced Mom to let me go for a few weeks. "Be careful, honey. Those mountains aren't like the city," she warned. I laughed it off, thinking she was overreacting. The bus ride from Seattle to the US-Canada border took nearly a full day. The roads twisted through the Rocky Mountains, getting narrower and wilder the deeper we went. Silver Pine was tucked right against the range, a remote spot I vaguely remembered from childhood visits. The only way in was a dirt trail, flanked by dense forest, shrouded in perpetual mist. When the bus dropped me off at the edge of the village, the sky was already dimming. I slung my backpack over my shoulder and hiked through the cluster of log cabins, the air thick with pine smoke and earth. My grandma, Evelyn, was sitting on her porch, staring out toward the woods. She was 74, but tough as nails, her skin weathered and her white hair pulled into a bun. "Liam, you're here," she called, pulling me into a hug. Her eyes were sharp, almost appraising me. "You've grown so much." "Good timing." Her voice was gravelly from years of smoking a pipe. The cabin was old, creaky wood floors, and the smell of herbs mixing with musty timber. I told her about school, about Mom, steering clear of Dad. She nodded, then shooed me to bed early, citing the long trip. That first night, I lay on the old cot, listening to the wind howling through the trees. It was a long, eerie wail, like wind through cracks, but it almost sounded like someone chanting an ancient spell. I chalked it up to fatigue and drifted off. Day 1, the first whispers. I woke early the next morning, determined to poke around the village and ask about Dad. Silver Pine was tiny, maybe 50 families, a mix of old settlers and indigenous folks from the local tribes. They lived off hunting, fishing, and small farms. I asked a neighbor, old Mr. Harlan, "Do you know anything about my dad's accident?" He shook his head, muttering, "Just a crash, kid. Don't stir up old dirt. These woods are unforgiving." His eyes darted away, hands fidgety. Near the village center, under a massive old oak, I met Cale. He was indigenous, about 30, tall and lean with sun-darkened skin. Folks said he was mute, but he seemed to understand everything. He sat sketching in a notebook. I waved. "Hey Cale, I'm Liam, Evelyn's grandson." He looked up, eyes piercing, then shook his head and gestured not to venture deep into the woods. I smiled, figuring he was just being cautious with a city boy. That afternoon, curiosity got the better of me. I hiked into the forest a bit. Grandma had warned me as a kid, never go past the boundary rock after 6 p.m. That's the 100th ravine, forbidden ground. I dismissed it as superstition. The trail was overgrown, mist swirling around, towering pines that blocked the sun. About half an hour in, under a gigantic fallen log, I spotted something odd. An old drum, its frame weathered but the skin taut and shiny, etched with a snarling wolf. On the wolf's ear, tiny red dots, I counted them, 99. The skin felt unnaturally cold to the touch, sending a chill up my arm. For some reason, I took it back, hiding it under the cabin floorboards. That night, I tossed and turned. The howling wind returned, clearer now, mixed with what sounded like children's whispers. "Count 2 the 100th soul, ... double quotes. I bolted upright, heart pounding, sweat soaking my shirt, hallucination. I stepped out to the porch and saw Grandma lighting incense at the family altar. Her eyes were red-rimmed in the lantern light. "You found the drum, didn't you?" she asked, voice trembling. I nodded, stunned. She sighed, sitting beside me. "Our family. We've kept the spirit wraiths at bay for generations. It's a secret from your great-grandpa's time. The wraiths are souls hunted by the silver beast. That wolf has claimed 99 souls already. One more, and it becomes something eternal." I forced a laugh. "Grandma, that's just old tales." But she gripped my hand, nails digging in. "Your dad died because of it. He was the last keeper of the drum. In the last rite of the bone drum, it didn't sound. The forest chose you." A shiver ran through me, remembering Dad's body. No major wounds, but dried blood crusted around his ears. She told me to sleep, but that night, I dreamed I was sleepwalking into the woods. In the dream, the silver wolf appeared, fur gleaming with silver strands like hair, eyes human-like, ear dotted with 99 red marks. It stared at me, grinning like a man. The 100th is you. Day 2. Doubts creep in. Morning came, and I sought out Cale. He was under the oak again, sketching. I spilled about the drum and the dream. He stared, then quickly drew in his notebook a crude image of Grandma kneeling at the silver wolf's feet, her eyes blood red, holding a bone whip. I whispered, "What do you know?" He pointed to the forest, then his ear, scribbling messily. "Forest voices, it chose you." I told the villagers, but they brushed it off. City kids, imagination. Woods play tricks. But things got weirder. During the day, I saw figures wandering the village, pale skin, shuffling steps. An old lady from next door, I swear she died last year from pneumonia, was standing there, smiling at me. When I brushed her arm accidentally, her chest, ... no heartbeat. I started a journal on my phone to stay sane. Day 2, found drum with 99 dots. Grandma's story about spirit wraiths, dreamed of silver wolf, saw dead people, losing it. Afternoon, I went back to where I found the drum. No trace, but fresh paw prints, huge, wolf-like in the mud, still damp. My heart raced as I bolted home. That night, the whispers sharpened. Count, ... 99. One more, ... you ... I stayed up, staring out the window, spotting a child's silhouette in the yard, eyes black voids, no shadow under the moonlight. Day 3, tension builds. I confronted Grandma by the fire pit. Her voice was a whisper, as if afraid of eavesdroppers. Our bloodline has been the drum keepers for ages. Every 10 years, the village holds the rite of the bone drum. Blindfold someone. Have them strike the drum made from bones of the unjustly dead. If it echoes, the wraiths slumber another decade. If silent, they rise, hunting fresh souls. She detailed, "Your dad struck it last time. No sound. The silver beast Lupus Argentum awoke, taking him first. Now it needs the 100th soul to fully manifest as ... human-like." I asked about Cale. She shook her head. "He hears the forest's call. Tribal folks like him know the secrets." I rushed to find him. He drew more. Me standing beside the wolf, a 100th red dot on my ear. He wrote, "Wraiths are returned souls. No shadow, no pulse. Wandering to summon the next." My phone lost signal entirely. No calling Mum. That night, sleepwalking hit again. I woke at the boundary rock, clutching the drum, its skin vibrating like a heartbeat. Cale found me, dragged me back. He scribbled, "Don't strike it. It'll pull you in." Day 4, reality blurs. I fought sleep with black coffee, but daytime was no better. Villagers avoided me, whispering behind backs. More wraiths appeared, an old man by the creek, grinning without moving his lips. No heartbeat. The cabin mirror reflected oddly. Behind me, the child stood stock still, eyes bottomless black, no shadow on the floor. I spun around, nothing. The kid showed up more, in puddles, tree shadows, whispering, "The 100th is you." Journal. Day 4. Mirror shows ghosts. Grandma's eyes redder. Cale says run, but the woods call me. I dug into memories. As a kid, Dad told fairy tales about the silver wolf, but said they were just stories. Now I doubted everything. Day 5. The rite and the twist. The village prepped the rite earlier, bad omen. They gathered, the big drum in the center. Grandma, no, they chose me. The forest picked you. I refused, fleeing into the woods. The 100th ravine, mist choking, howls like a chorus of children. The silver wolf materialized, fur shimmering, eyes human, ear with 99 dots. Grandma knelt nearby. "Spare my grandson." The wolf grinned. "He is the 100th. I snapped awake in bed, drenched, dream or real. Morning, my ear burned. In the mirror, a faint red dot shimmered. Final day, escape or not. I packed and left for the city. Cale saw me off, writing, "It follows forever." On the bus, whispers echoed, "Count 100 ... double quotes. Back in Seattle, life normalized. But nights, the mirror shows. My eyes darkening, no shadow, the child smiling within me. I'm writing this to warn you. Don't go to Silver Pine. Don't count the dots on your ear. The 100th soul might be yours.